So your subject lied to you. Now what? Let's find out with tip number 99. Welcome back to 101 Interviewing Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. This is tip number 99. I'm your host, Stan Walters. So your subject lied to you. Ain't that a shame? Why? Let's talk about this for a minute. I've seen so many interviewers that get thoroughly hacked off, get aggravated, and just blow up when the subject lies to them. For God's sakes, what do you think was going to happen? I mean, particularly if you're interviewing a subject, you know that's a good chance, right? Let's take this in perspective for a minute. You remember the first three great lies recorded in the history of mankind? At least the ones in the Bible. Remember the first two involved a larceny. And God asked Adam, "You been eating off the tree?" Now what did Adam do? The same thing men have been doing ever since. He blamed a woman for it. The Eve made me do it. The woman made me do it. And we still do the same stupid stuff. We blame somebody else. Then God asked Eve, "Eve, you been eating off the tree?" What'd she say? "Hey, I'm the victim here. I was tricked by the snake." Now, has that happened since then? Sure. How many times have you seen the subject talk about that they were tricked? They were actually somehow the victim of situation, or they weren't in control of their own actions. No big surprise. Now, third big lie in the history of mankind, case was a homicide. Cain, where's your brother Abel? How'd Cain respond? Yeah, with his best De Niro taxi driver impersonation. "You talking to me?" Look, listen to this. If people lie to God, why are you surprised they're going to lie to you? So here's my professional advice. Get over it. Don't get pissed off. Don't get hacked off with the person. It's not going to progress your interview anywhere, and you're anticipating the possibility of this happening. Now, if you get hacked off at that one little thing, guess what, brother? You're focused too much on the tiniest details and the gotcha moments. You've missed your whole damn interview. So now here's the other thing. Interviewers catch somebody lying. They want to call them out on it. "I know you're lying because you did so-and-so. I know you're lying because of this behavior, that behavior. Or I know you're lying because such and so." Okay, let me give you some advice about doing that also. All a student is giving you satisfaction that you've got one-upmanship on the guy or your subject. That's not going to help. Okay, first of all, you're telling them what you're looking for. You say, "I know you're lying because you're doing so-and-so. What do you think's going to happen?" They're going to change your behaviors. They're going to switch off for more constraint cues or performance cues, which are much harder to read. Think of the World Poker Championship Tour. So a player wins the hand. Does that player tell the other players, "Hey, I read your tells"? No, because the player wants to win everybody else's money. And so you don't tell them that. Second, it's going to start an argument. Now, as we talked about earlier, we look back at anger. Arguing is not anywhere near a conversation, and it's not compliance. It's not going to get information. It's just a battle between two parties whose both minds are closed and not getting anything at all. And third, you're teaching people what you're looking for. Not that they can be able to successfully suppress these symptoms. But as I said, it makes it more complex. Think of it this way. Look, when your subject lies to you, what have you just gained? Okay, first of all, now think about this. We've talked about this before, and we've talked about 3 or 4 points. Subjects only lie about 3 or 4 point areas. Your subject is now going to give you, by giving you deception, where they may be withholding or embellishing information. So now you have your target list when you move to cross-examination, don't you? I'll take a deceptive statement. If the subject chooses to do that, I'll take a deceptive statement. And I'll knock it down, document it, have them so tied up in the statement that all I have to do is to prove what? That they were deceptive. So it gives me my investigation points at the same time. So don't get caught up in this thing, "He lied to me," and you get all furious and everything else. Because when you do it, an angry interviewer loses creativity, loses the ability to think around problems, and all you're doing is alienating the subject. You get into name calling, it deteriorates, and you're not going to get any compliance. So don't be shocked that the subject's going to be deceptive. And remember, a lot of times, there are plenty of times anyway, that it's not always malicious with victims and witnesses. And sometimes subjects, because of the fear of embarrassment or because they're afraid things have been blown out of proportion, they don't want the publicity. There's numerous reasons. So understand that deception is a natural occurring part of the process. When they're down to manipulating you, withholding information, that's the ones we're concerned about. Find the target list, Follow up with your interview on that point. If they continue to keep lying to you, just string them out. Remember, make them work at it. Make the subject work at proving their deception to you. Make them strive harder. Remember, lie signs are faint and rare. So by doing that, you make them stand out. You get consistent reactions to the 3 or 4 target points. It's easier to spot the symptoms. So understand the deception is going to occur. Please be sure to hit the Facebook link connection down there. Hit the share button, if you will, please. Pass this on to other folks. We're almost done with this series. Be sure to share on LinkedIn. Connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, Instagram. Be sure, if you have questions about the program or training that I can do, customized for your agency, give me a call. Drop a note there and let me know that what you're looking for, and let's customize the program for you. At the same time, be sure to pick up the Pocket Guide and other resources there off the website. There's some on-demand courses that are great to be able to help you in working and improving your skills, because you got to keep continuing to process. So when we come back for tip number 100, this is Stan Walters just reminding you, be safe.